Farmers Group's mega tractor march is being held right now. Pan India Tractor Run is warning to the government. After a 3-day halt to Delhi Chalo March, tractor rallies on highways kickstart. Farmer groups say India must withdraw from the WTO. Delhi border may face traffic gridlock today again, is what we've been given to understand. Ashutosh is with us from Greater Noida with the very latest on that. Ashutosh, give us a sense of what's happening right now. What do you see around you? Ashutosh.
Well, these farmers are trying to reach to the Yamuna Expressway, and perhaps they won't be allowed to go beyond a point. But here the tractor march exactly, looks like what we have seen in and several other European countries. However, this march is slightly different from those farmers have been demanding, because largely we see the epicenter of the protest at Punjab-Haryana border. But here the tractor march being carried out by Bharatiya Kisan Union is demanding India should move out of World Trade Organization. And the reason that they cite is that this could potentially damage the interest of the India farmers, because WTO only talks about the free trade, FTA, and in that case somewhere it believes that perhaps all the developing nations will be severely impacted, particularly the farmers, because WTO always advocates for cheaper subsidy. The amber subsidy should be reduced, be it the electricity, be it on the fertilizers, and substantially the farmers believe because they provide food grains at a cheaper cost, and substantially when the free trade allows the international product to be imported beyond the quantity, and that would perhaps affect the interests of the farmers. So there are several contentions of these farmers that they are asking the Indian government should move out of World Trade Organization and only protect the interest of the Indian farmers. And that's exactly you see from Gautam Budh Nagar to these remote areas led by Bharatiya Kisan Union. These hundreds of these tractors are moving towards Yamuna Expressway. We are just slightly, exactly parallel to the Yamuna Expressway. The administration has somewhere, in fact, asking these farmers not to go on the Yamuna Expressway area. But because this was a symbolic protest, intent to go to the national capital, we're already seeing Punjab-Haryana border. So far that has been called up. They are continue unless there is a next level of dialogue. But for now, that raises a serious contention of these farmers, because where in Abu Dhabi will have the ministerial meeting on the WTO, where in fact India has been its own concern, and several member countries have also raised concern about India providing subsidies to the farmers. And now the farmers believe that if, under pressure, if India, because MSP is also going to be key critical contention in the WTO, because if MSP, what these farmers are demanding, that there should be guaranteed law, exactly what opposite the WTO advocates for, there shouldn't be MSP beyond a point, and subsequently, even in subsidies, the block that has been, and the parameter that has been set by the WTO is from 5% to 10%, developing countries to the developed countries. Where in India, we have seen particularly 2019 data suggests that when a rice, the rice that was grown was more than $46 billion, and the subsidy that was provided was nearly 13%, more than $6 billion. So on that contentions, India has, the world has shown a concern to India, and that's exactly why India has also a response to the WTO. But where the farmers believe because of these pressures, you have to, compromise with the farmers, with your own situation at domestic ground. So exactly why the government should consider the situation of the farmers in India instead of applying pressure to the WTO, and that's why these farmers are on the road. But let me tell you very interesting facts also at the same time. Very few farmer leaders understand about WTO, the free trade agreement. These farmers in the remote areas, or you talk about across the nation, how many are them even aware about what free trade is, what WTO is? So that's also raising, also the question that I asked Bharatiya Kisan Union leader, that most of these farmers do not even know about these free trade agreement or the World Trade Organization. So how you going to, so they said we are going to organize.
All right, Ashutosh getting us those details. We'll continue to come back to you for more on that story. These are pictures of the farmers right now at Greater Noida, who are in fact on the tractor Andolan that they have in fact undertaken. The issue in fact continues to be the same. This ahead of 29th of February, essentially when the Delhi Chalo Andolan also resumes on the farmers' side.